Good day, good day, good day, family, legends. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday? I welcome you all back to the channel where you love to have some real talk with Reese. I truly appreciate the love and support that you guys continuously show me on a daily basis. And I most certainly love you all, okay? So with that being said, Capricorn, this is your general weekly reading, so please keep in mind that it is a general, it's not a personal, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. Hold on one second. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly fine. It just means today's not for you. So leave it for who it's for and come back another day if you choose to, okay? So with that being said, there are going to be some changes made, but very minor changes. But we'll discuss that tomorrow during our live session at 7 o'clock, okay? So I hope to see everybody there Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until then, we're just going to keep the ball rolling. It's 7:55 on the clock, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get everything in. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. All right. All right, Capricorn. So, I was supposed to do your reading on Thursday, I want to say. Thursday was when I got your first card, which was the Three of Pentacles, right? So when I sat down, I asked my guides, are we continuing with the Three of Pentacles energy? And the answer is yes. I got Capricorn again, but with the Four of Pentacles this time. So whomever I'm talking to, hold on a second, you guys. My apologies, family. I forgot what I was saying. Yes, the Three of Pentacles. I asked my guides if we were continuing with the Three of Pentacles. Yes. And clarified by the Four of Pentacles. The main thing that I'm getting, looking at these two, is that someone here is determined, dedicated, committed to something. However, it's giving holding on to something by any means necessary, but this may stem from some sort of deep-rooted past or deep-rooted problems. There may be a need to pay attention to the details. There may be a need to look beyond the surface. On the flip side of that, someone is going into an apprenticeship, learning something new, okay, in effort to gain control or something along the lines here. Whoever I'm talking to, I'm hearing it's all about the Benjamins, baby. Whatever this is that you're dedicated to or committed to, it's about money. Somebody here could be a little, tight-fisted. Someone here is very possessive. Okay. Someone could be researching you, or you could be needing to do more research. Okay. I don't know exactly what you got going on, but either you're needing to pay attention to something that you may not be seeing, okay, because it's given like getting caught or something along the lines. Some sort of people, place, things, there's some sort of property issue, something with the finances. Either you're needing to pay attention to detail, hold on to your money because you may need it, or someone is looking into your finances. Thank you, Dad. It's 8:08 on the clock. Yeah, there could be some sort of legal situation approaching here. Someone could be facing some sort of legal matters and they may not realize it. Somebody is being called to hold on to their finances because either you're looking into something or someone is looking into you, into your finances. Something about your finances. Somebody's holding on to something for financial reasons. What is this Three of Pentacles with this Four of Pentacles spirit? This is something, some sort of mastery. Somebody, you could be building something, trying to build something. Some sort of decision is being made when it comes to collaboration, working together, teamwork. Someone is making some sort of decision to move forward. Someone is having a new beginning. This is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Someone is going towards a Queen of Wands, or you're dealing with a Queen of Wands, or you're becoming the Queen of Wands. Tell me more. Yeah, someone here wants to win at all costs. Something is an inevitable ending and somebody's resisting the change. Like I said in the beginning, somebody here, you, are determined to hold on to something. It's given by any means necessary. Somebody was determined to hold on to something, only to end up being defeated anyway. What is this about? I'm going to get a couple more of these and then we'll go into the what's the vibes. Yeah. It has to do with another earth sign. Do you feel defeated by somebody? where you fit, but there's definitely a situation where someone is determined to hold on to something by any means necessary, but they were not paying attention to the details. It's as if they were seeing what they wanted to see because of whatever their deep-rooted past or something along the lines. Ultimately to end up defeated. And now I'm hearing hell have no fury like a woman scorned. So now it's like someone wants to cause some sort of upheaval because of a decision that was made. Two of Cups. Somebody was left out in the cold. Somebody feels left out in the cold. By a King of Wands reversed. This could have been someone that you got together with in your shadow side, or they got with you while they were in their shadow side, and now they're moving forward. Yeah. This is someone you could have had a child with, or somebody apologized. Someone is now feeling deceived. And they're angry. Someone feels betrayed here. Somebody feels tricked. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is here. Somebody was needing to pay attention to the detail and they weren't. Or they thought they were. Thank you, Dad. Yeah, now someone is feeling kind of hopeless. Someone could be homeless or on their way to being homeless. 818 on the clock. Someone could be watching you. And it has to do with finances. I don't know why I'm hearing ISIS. Something about the government. So, if you or someone that you know is doing something illegally, I recommend you stop. And you don't have to admit it to anybody. You know deep down if you're doing something illegally. I'm hearing the federal government. So if you are, quote unquote, milking the system or something along them lines, I recommend you stop. Because they're watching. They're paying attention to the detail. There's some sort of collaboration corporation that's watching. Researching. If this is your job, they're watching, researching. Somebody think they got it under control and they don't. Show me clearly. Somebody thinks they have it under control and they don't. Yeah, somebody's watching. Unless you're watching somebody. Thank you, Dad. If you are watching somebody, the Most High is watching you. Leo could be significant. It's 820. There could be a Leo Virgo cusper involved, or a Leo or a Virgo involved. If you think that you're not being seen, you're wrong. Okay? If you think you're not being seen, you're wrong. There's a lot of envy here. So whoever you're watching, you could be envious of them. And whoever's watching you is envious of you. There's a lot of resentment here. Yeah, because of some sort of cutting of ties here. Somebody's waking up. Somebody's setting themselves free. Put yourself where you fit. You are watching somebody, somebody's watching you, and it's because they're envious. It's because they're envious, whether it's you or the other person. Somebody is secretly watching somebody celebrate. Watching somebody be happy. This could be a younger female and an older female, or a younger male, older male. Somebody is watching somebody celebrate. Somebody's watching somebody live in the moment. Somebody's watching somebody be happy. And on the flip side of that, whatever you doing, they watching you. Like watching you spend money, watching you, make these big purchases. Okay, watching you do all these things. Why you need the government help if you got it to be buying XYZ? It kind of reminds me of back in the day. You remember? Not that you remember, because it was before our time, or before we were even old enough to, if you're in my age group, you weren't old enough to remember it, or you weren't born yet. But back in the day when women used to get public assistance, they monitored every little thing. Like you couldn't, I don't remember the name of that movie, where she hid the TV, she had to hide the TV and everything. Like, you couldn't have nothing. Like, you couldn't have really much of anything in order for them to assist you. You couldn't have no man around, no nothing. So it's kind of given where somebody is possibly, under some sort of surveillance that is receiving some sort of possibly government assistance. Thank you, Spirit. And they're being watched in some shape, fashion, or form. You could have somebody if you are someone that receives some sort of assistance, right? You could have somebody in your group, in your family, your friend group, somebody close to you that may be working together with you, that's hating on you. And they could be, as they call it, dropping a dime on you. So pay attention to your inner circle. Because if you are someone that whatever you receive, you hold on to it, you utilize it wisely. Somebody else that possibly receives the same thing, they spend their money very recklessly, and they could be jealous. And so, as hell has no fury, as like a woman scorned, whoever this is that is jealous, they may be working together with the authorities against you, telling certain things. Because, like I said, if this is something that you're doing fraudulently, this is someone that was doing it too. And because they don't make the wise decisions with what they're receiving, they want to cut you short. Or if they got caught up, they want to take you down with them, type of thing. If they got caught, making these false documents or whatever, they want to take you down too. Because they like, well, I ain't the only one doing it, type of energy, such and such, Capricorn is doing it too. So be mindful. Because like I said, this person is jealous. And if you are envious of somebody holding on to something just so somebody else can't have it type of thing out of jealousy, not a good idea. Because somebody here is waking up and needing, so either you need to wake up to whomever somebody is that you're trying to collaborate with, or just wake up to the fact that you're not supposed to be collaborating with them, or somebody could be waking up to the fact that they have to set themselves free from you. There's definitely some sort of third party here. Somebody could be jealous of your relationship. Okay. Yeah, definitely put yourself where you fit. And it frustrates me sometimes when it comes out like this, because it's like, dang, I don't want it to be you, but somebody that watches me is not on the up and up. Now, for those of you that are in, walking in your light side, those of you that are in the upright, you know the vibe. But there's somebody here that watches me that is not on the up and up. And you are being watched. Somebody is obsessing over somebody else. Over this older woman. There is a younger female. Yeah, somebody makes somebody feel very insecure. Somebody is watching. Somebody is definitely watching, and they are bitter and salty and petty as hell. I don't want it to be you. I really don't. Especially if you on my channel. Like, I don't want it to be you, because we good vibes over here. Trying to walk in the light side. We're healing, transforming, growing over here. So I don't want it to be you, but there's somebody that's watching me that's not in the up and up. There's an energy here. Or, thank you, Dad, there's somebody in your camp that is not on the up and up. One or the other. Thousands of people on the channel. 828 on the clock. So, of course, I can't say, oh, it's you, such and such and such and such, because I don't know every single person that's watching me. You understand what I mean? But I do know that every single person that's watching me is not on the up and up. I know that. Because some people watching me that don't even like me. Which is so weird to me, but if that's what you want to do, by all means, knock yourself out. I'm highly protected. And I still send in love and light your way and pray that you get it right, because I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy, nor do I want to be. However, I will protect myself, and protecting myself sometimes means distancing myself. And I put you in the hands of the Most High God, in the hands of Allah. We'll discuss that tomorrow, you guys. I did a big thing yesterday. Well, on the 10th. But anyway, we'll get into that tomorrow. But, yeah, there's definitely an energy that is not nice. Whether it's you or someone else. What I will say, though, if you're the one in the upright, if you're the one that's walking in the lights, if you're the one that is in the good vibes, if you're the one that's happy and coasting and riding the wave, I ain't got no worries. You understand what I'm saying? If whoever this is that's watching you, whoever this is that's bitter, whoever this is that you may have disconnected from, or they're upset because they were disconnected from or cut off, whatever the reasoning for that is, whether it's a friendship, third party, whatever, Do understand that they are being watched. Do understand that it's not a secret. Do understand that your ancestors, your spirit guides, whomever it is that you pray to, your higher ups, they are watching this person. Okay? And they are going to have to answer for whatever it is that they're doing. And on the same side of that, you too, if you're not doing the right thing, you too are being watched. Envy, that is a sin. You're not supposed to envy other people. There's nothing wrong to see somebody doing something and be inspired by it, because that's what we're supposed to do. Like, each one teach one. We're supposed to encourage each other to be better. You're not supposed to look at another person and become envious of them or become jealous of them, because that's where Cain and Abel, that's where that went wrong. Rather than him coming closer to his brother and trying to figure out, well, what kind of offering did you make, or how can I learn? He chose to hate him for it and try to take him out. It's kind of giving like, that crabs in a barrel, like competition rather than working together. And whoever this is, somebody here, they're putting on the facade as though they want to work together, but they really don't. Somebody is really not a team player. On the outside, surface level, the first card you see is the Three of Pentacles, which talks about teamwork, cooperation. But the more you dig into that, you got mask and envy and psychopath, paranoia, salty. Beneath that surface, no, somebody wants to sabotage from the inside out. They're not going to get away with it, whether it's you or another person, because they're being watched. Do not think for 1 second that you doing all this watching and ain't nobody watching you. Because only a fool would believe that. Only a fool would believe that. 8:33 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Current energy. Yeah, definitely protected here. Whoever this person is seen as competition. Either there's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here. There's a fire sign. Okay? That is protected. Now, you can have this in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this is the competition. Okay? Yeah, this has to do with some sort of third-party situation. There's some sort of juggling going on here. Somebody could be envious of how you multitask. Somebody could be envious of how you balance your life out. Okay, they're envious of how you juggle things, how you're able to adapt. Or this is you. One or the other. There is a fire sign and an earth sign here. Okay? Someone is definitely making a decision to invest in something, and it requires, or it comes with, some sort of awakening that causes some sort of disconnection. Cutting ties somewhere. Yeah. there's a younger woman that is competing with an older woman. There's a younger person competing with an older person. Competition, rivalry, a fire sign. You could have fire in your chart, or you're competing with a fire sign. And if Aries or Leo, because I haven't done Sagittarius yet, but if Aries or Leo resonates with you in any shape, fashion, or form, go watch them. I did Leo and Aries, I believe, Thursday. Go watch them. Because that's the competition, or that's who you're competing with, or whatever. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, and you know this. I'm not going to baby, and I'm not going to manipulate the energy to please you. So whomever this is that I'm picking up on, this is your energy. Doesn't, like, thank you, Dad. Put yourself where you fit. Someone is being very petty. Trying to be, attempting to be. Somebody feels like something belongs to them. And we don't belong to anybody. We belong to the Most High God. We belong to Allah. We belong to the Father. Somebody feels like somebody is their property or something. A possession of some sort. Now I'm hearing, what is that? Do you guys remember that group Moken stuff? He's mine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time type of energy. Somebody feels like someone is their property, and you are wrong. You are wrong. They're not your property, and they're possibly promised to someone else. It's like 8:38 on the clock. Ordained marriage. Which is why they're celebrating with this, and they're celebrating and you're not, or vice versa. Yeah. Somebody wants to win at all costs. Whoever this person is that's feeling isolated or trapped, or this was self-inflicted. So someone is upset about the outcome of a situation that they themselves created, because you were so determined to make something happen. You were so determined to hold on to something. This is mine, and by any means necessary, not realizing that we don't have full control. We have free will, and we have free will to make decisions and choices, but ultimately we are not in control of the outcome. You see what I'm saying? Like, we play a part in some of it, but ultimately it's going to happen the way it's destined to happen. We can kind of make it worse by forcing things, not paying attention to details. Because, I believe that we're sent, signs and synchronicities. I believe that we are given warnings. Yeah. There's a breakup in a home here. 4 Wands reverse. Either with this Queen of Wands, or someone's blaming a Queen of Wands. And again, if Leo is significant for you, go watch it. Someone is jealous of this Queen of Wands. Envious of this Queen of Wands. Someone is all up in their head about this Queen of Wands. Because this is someone that they're very resilient. Someone is envious of how strong somebody is. Again, put yourself where you fit. Somebody is resisting the change here when it comes to an Emperor. Aries, Scorpio could be significant. This could be someone that, like I said, was juggling you, or it's like someone's angry at the person that juggled them and jealous of the person they were juggled with, type of energy. All because of bad decisions. Somebody took a risk. Somebody, they didn't pay attention to the detail. They didn't pay attention to the detail. They were being told to. The red flags were being shown, but they were not paying attention to them because they was determined to have what they wanted. They saw something, they wanted it, that's mine, I'm going to have it by any means necessary, not realizing that what's not meant for you, you're not going to keep it. You can just prolong the situation, even down to life and death, right? Eventually we go home. We eventually go to where we're going to spend all eternity, whichever your beliefs are, right? No different than it's my mother and my father. We say my mother, my father because, that's your birth mother, your birth father, but they're not our property, nor are they our possessions. They belong to the Most High God. They belong to Allah, right? So we take care of it until it's time to return it. Somebody here, they looked at it in a very dark way. Like, this is given the energy of someone, because what is the saying, how, all good things come to an end, right? Every person that comes into our lives are not supposed to be there for a lifetime. So it's given the energy that someone possibly came into contact with someone and they fell in love with that energy and they just refused to let it go. Even though their time has possibly come to an end, right? This person's time in your life or your time in their life has come to an end. And somebody didn't want to accept that. So they were willing to do any and everything to keep that from happening and ultimately cause themselves to be set back and restricted. It's basically what this is given, because this was not something that was supposed to be to the end. Yeah. Yeah, King of Wands and Queen of Wands. Yeah, someone... It's given crossing a boundary or something along those lines. It's reminding me, 8:44 on the clock. It's reminding me of Aries reading. This is something where you possibly were supposed to learn something from this person. And then once you learned it, you were supposed to move forward. Possibly as friends or some sort of co-workers. This is given an energy where someone turned a friend into a lover or a co-worker into a lover. It's given the energy of crossing a boundary. And now, as a result, someone is now feeling trapped, isolated, defeated. They're feeling scorned. It's kind of like someone here wants to play the blame game in a sense because they themselves didn't pay attention to the detail. Because they lied to themselves. Because they told themselves some sort of story. Someone has to take accountability for the part they played in this. And you cannot be mad. This don't even belong in here, yeah. My advice is if you are the one that, and again, you don't have to, because, you know, sometimes you don't want to admit it to other people, whatever, it's between you and God. But my advice to you is if you are the person that is in this deceptive energy, in this envious energy, I strongly recommend some introspection. I strongly recommend you facing your mirror. I strongly recommend connecting with the Most High. I strongly recommend, you know, taking accountability, because the way that you're going, in the sense of hell have no fury like a woman scorned, in the sense of throwing evil eyes at the other person, the sense of wishing on somebody's downfall, the sense of resisting the change, is only going to hurt you. It's only going to hurt you. And fast. So I strongly recommend you forgiving, taking accountability for your part played in it, accepting it for what it is, and trusting God. Let go of this spirit of envy and anger and I'm hearing retaliation and resentment, because it's not going to end well. And that is my advice for the cross watcher as well, whomever. For those of you that are in the upright, continue to do what you are doing, but try not to be in your ego, right? Because sometimes we win a battle and we let it go to our head. Try not to do that. Yes, you are the Queen of Wands, okay? Yes, you are protected. But that doesn't mean that you get to go, nah, 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 boo, boo, I win, you lose. You understand what I'm saying? Because that is frowned upon. You want to still remain humble and pray for their deliverance, right? Don't tease them. Don't taunt them with it, okay? Thank you, Dad. Let's see. I'm proud of myself, you guys. I don't think I said a curse word. I don't think I said one curse word in this reading. Look at me. I said that. That is one thing that I said to myself, and that I promised, that I made a pact between myself and the Most High. That I'm gonna work on my tongue, because number one, like my physical being, right? I like curse words because I be like, it just puts emphasis and yada yada yada, and it's an excuse to basically justify my foul mouth, right? And I'm just like, you know, Reese, it's really not ladylike. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I'll never say a curse word again, you know, because that would be unrealistic to say that. However, I don't have to say as many. You understand what I'm saying? Every other word does not have to be an F-bomb or, you understand? So I want everybody to know, again, I can't stress enough that when I say we are in this together, I mean we are in this together. I am not pushing or telling anybody to be better, do better, and I myself am not making every effort to do better and be better. So after tomorrow's live, all of the videos prior to today will be deleted. Because I myself am going through another ascension. And we did that already when we rebranded the channel and it turned from the Motivation Station to the League of Legends. You can just call me Phoenix, right? And now we are ascending again. The name is the same. The name has not changed. He's already changed my name. Now it's another rebirth. Okay, so I look forward to connecting with you guys tomorrow, and I may lose some people, and that is okay because I am being guided to where I belong, and it feels so good. Alhamdulillah, it feels so good. Okay, it does. But let's keep going. Yeah, someone is definitely some sort of distraction. Okay? Someone's trying to distract this emperor. Someone is being very deceptive. There's some sort of secrets. This emperor could be being your distraction, or this emperor was a temptation for you. I don't know. Again, it goes, put yourself where you fit, but it's closing out. Yeah, again, it's changing. A change of course. Because like I said, whatever this is, it was inevitable that it was coming to an end because it wasn't supposed to be a long-term thing. It was supposed to teach some sort of lesson. It's as if it was a test to see if you've really grown, okay? To see if you've learned from the last time you did the same thing. And to see how you would handle it if it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. This was a test for somebody. And someone may not be... Someone is definitely going through an awakening here. It's your choice, though. You have the power to change this. You don't have to stay. Hold on, wait a second here. They all backwards? It's been a long time coming here. Someone is making a change. Allow them to do that. Okay, because trying to hold someone hostage, you're not supposed to do that. Because if the Most High God gives us free will, who are you to think that you are going to stop somebody's free will? You understand what I'm saying? You're not supposed to try to hold somebody hostage. You're not supposed to twist somebody's arm. You're not supposed to force somebody into doing something. Free will. So if the Most High God gives us free will, who are you to think that you are not to allow someone else free will? You can want them to do whatever you want, but you are not supposed to trick them into doing what you want them to do. Hence, you are not supposed to tell a man that you're on birth control when you know you're not, because you're trying to pin a baby on him. You're not supposed to poke holes in condoms. You're not supposed to freaking go to dark witches and do spell work and conjure up love potions and put things in people's food that don't belong there. And you're not supposed to do any of those things because that is taking away somebody's free will. You're supposed to trust in the Most High God that what is for you is for you. Period. different. I will use myself as an example briefly. We all know that I'm married, right? And me and my husband were different in a sense. In the sense of beliefs to a certain degree. Because I don't even want to say our beliefs were very different. It's just he had chosen a home and I had not. He is Muslim. And although I have background in it because of my father, those are his beliefs. My sister, those are her beliefs. I wasn't raised in it because I come from a family that, you know, I want to be mindful of my words. Although they had their beliefs, they rode the fence, you know, so I came up under people that rode the fence. You know what I'm saying? So as I got older and I went through my own life experiences and I went through my own trials and tribulations, you know, so on the one hand, you know, I had family members that, you know, Christianity or went to church and things of that nature. But I was always closer to my father, you know, and the more I learned, I was always drawn more to he and my sister's beliefs, which is of Islam, right? But I never actually conformed, so to speak. There was a point in my life where I did what society, you know, the majority, which was Christianity. And I did get baptized at one point in my life, many years ago. But I never felt whole because it was the hypocrisy of it that really plagued me. You know, I don't believe that this is what, you know, I didn't believe that this is what the God I serve approved of. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, long story short, the things that I believe, the things that outside of any religion, me as a whole, aligned more so with the Nation of Islam as far as some of their beliefs, right? And the more I went down my journey, you know, it's like, you know, I feel a strong connection. I know I'm protected. I know I'm chosen. Okay. I know that there's a purpose for my life, but I need a home. You know, I need a home. I need a home. I need a home. You know, I kind of felt like I was in limbo a little bit. And my husband never pushed me one way or another. You know, I would ask questions. He would answer them, you know, things of that nature. We would have certain conversations and stuff of that nature. And there were certain things that I would say early on prior to us getting married that, you know, kind of had him like, well, how the heck does she know that? Whatever. But, you know, I had some sort of foundation because of my dad. You know, but long story short, he never forced me or pushed me or put, you know, any weight on me about it at all. Never, ever, ever. Not one time has he ever said, well, you know, you gotta. You know, and it was something that was on me, but I feared in some degree because I feared what society would think. I feared what my loved ones would think because of, you know, the World Trade Center. And you know what I'm saying? It's frowned upon. It's seen as the enemy or whatever the case may be. But when I decided to walk the journey with the Most High God, when I first opened that door, right? That was the first step, because when I did that, I didn't care what nobody had to say about anything. So it was as if I was being prepared to go home. And on the 10th, I took my Shahada. And I remember sitting, like last night, I went to the masjid and made prayer with the sisters, and I talked to a couple of them. And I just remember feeling, the feeling is 9 o'clock. Thank you, Dad. I just remember feeling like home. I feel like I'm home. And the unity, the love, it's so different. It is so different. And it's a beautiful thing. And I just... And I told my dad, and I could hear the smile through the phone. I could hear the smile through the phone. But anyways, I said all that to say, my husband never twisted, not my husband, my father, you know, they never twisted my arm. Or you gotta do, right? Because they themselves understand free will. God gave her free will. Who am I to try to take that? Who am I to try to force her or tell her she got to? This is something that she has to do. So whomever is in this midst of this, that it's kind of like consequences for your actions. Because what you did ultimately slowed yourself down, set yourself back, and kind of, you know, now it's you do the crime, you got to pay the time type of thing. Unexpected events. Somebody was not expecting it to turn out this way because they feel like they had the power. Whatever their position was, they let it go to their head, not realizing that God has the power, and it's what He says, not what you say. And somebody's learning that very hard lesson. Somebody is being set free from whatever this is. Because whatever it is that was done to them was against their free will. So they're being set free. And somebody else has to start over. Now, granted, whomever you are, you yourself, thank you, Dad. It's basically given like you made a wrong decision. You let something go to your head, and as a result, you have to pay some sort of time for it. So it's given like someone here is being redirected, change of course. Like I said, change of course. Because you were possibly brought together to collaborate with somebody in some shape, fashion, or form, right? You were supposed to possibly work with this person, team up with this person, but you tried to turn it into something that it wasn't supposed to be. So now, that is not even going to work now. Now it's the course is now being changed. And it's mainly being changed because whomever this person is that was being distracted, they're on the right path, so they're free to move forward. Whoever was the distraction or forcing something, they're now delayed. So somebody is moving forward and someone's kind of starting over. So it's like missing the bus. Somebody missed their bus and now having to wait for the next one because of their choices. Okay, I know I'm running late for the bus, but I want a coffee and I gotta have my coffee right now. I can do one or two things. I could run into the bodega right now and hope that the bus don't leave me. Or I could get on the bus and catch the bodega and get my coffee after I get to my stop. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody chose that, no, I gotta have it right now, and the bus will wait for me. Or I'm gonna make the bus wait, or whatever the crap is. And they missed the bus. Now they gotta wait for the next one. So someone, like I said, take accountability for your actions. Realize that, you know, the part you played in it. And learn for the next time. Move forward. Because being resentful, trying to retaliate, harboring ill feelings, playing the blame game is only going to set you back further. Okay? It's only going to set you back further. Thank you. You are an original, so let yourself follow your own heart. You have many layers of truth to discover. When it gets dark, remember that the sun always rises. Your success is closer than you imagine, so just keep going. Just learn from the mistakes. Learn from the past. Don't keep repeating the same cycles. Okay? So with that being said, family, to my League of Legends, that is the message I got for you. I pray that you got what you needed from it. If it did resonate and you would like to have a personal or make a donation to the station, everything you need to know is down below. Okay? I would love to talk to you. With that being said, I want you guys to enjoy your day. Make sure you say your prayers and give thanks to the Most High God. And until we meet again, y'all know what it is. Much love, peace, and many blessings. Kisses. Mwah.